Okay, so we're going to bring on Sarah back, and we're going to be starting our next segment. So I'm going to hand it over to her for a moment. I'll be right with you.
Hi, Kathy. We got tons of great feedback during your segment. Everyone was belly laughing at home, which I think we all need a little bit more humor in our life, right?
Oh, God, yes.
Awesome. We are going to have Brenda in the Thrive Challenge right now. So she has 2 minutes to describe her business and her challenge. And then we're going to ask questions to clarify who she is and what her challenge is for 7 minutes. And then we're going to provide counsel. So if we get off track, you're going to get flagged, right, for time, for stop, or for getting off track. So Brenda, are you ready? Let's get you unmuted. Raymond, can we unmute you? All right, I'm going to be running the clock.
Hi, Ellen.
Hello, I'm online.
Awesome. We want to make sure that someone is taking notes for us so that we can get that for Brenda later. Brenda, I just want you to absorb all the feedback and not worry about taking notes. Just be a sponge, right? You're going to soak up what you need and leave what isn't relevant for you. All right, Lisa, you ready?
We are ready.
2 minutes, Brenda, starts now.
My name's Brenda Kiss. I typically work with women who are struggling, trying to do it all, meaning they're trying to help their kids, they're trying to be who they are, they're struggling with who they are, they're got to be a good wife, got to be a good daughter, got to be a good mother, and really let go of the guilt, set boundaries, gain boundaries, and really regain their confidence so that they can live a life of calmness, peace, and happiness. And I do this through the power of transformative neuroreiki, which is bringing collectively together neuroscience, energy healing, and spirituality. And am I sharing what I'm looking for, guidance on?
What is your challenge right now, Brenda? What do you need in your business?
So right now, in my industry, there's a couple things that I'm looking for clarity or help with. One is bringing all of my classes that I hold online, so filling online classes. That is one challenge I'm having. And the second challenge I'm having is a lot of people in my industry are giving their services away. So I'm competing with people that are giving their services away, and I'm still charging for my services.
Okay, awesome. So we are going to ask clarifying questions, and if we can take turns by just raising your hand when you want to ask your question. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Amberly, thank you.
Thanks. Hi, Brenda. I know it's hard when there are a lot of people giving their services away for free. One thing I did to kind of pivot my business was I kept providing value, and I did like a free 5-day resilience challenge where I got everybody to come in and I gave them a challenge, and they kind of got a taste of what I do for my course. And I was able to still charge for my services by offering that for free. So they did get something for free, and then they had the opportunity to say, oh, is this going to be something I like? Is this going to work for me? And I just...
You're giving amazing counsel right now. But our focus right now is to get as much information out of Brenda about her challenge and who she is so that everyone can provide counsel. What questions do you have for her to pull more information out before you complete what you were saying?
Okay. Right now, do you have a large client base? And how do you reach them? Do you use email, social media? Or how do you reach your target client right now?
Okay. I'm not sure what clarifies as large client base, but I do emails, I do social media, I do texting campaigns, I do lives on Facebook. I also use a platform called Meetup. That's been really successful for me as well. And before the COVID, I had affiliates or strategic alliances where I was going into facilities and orchestrating my classes. But they're so involved in what's going on in their business that they're not bringing in other people. So I guess looking to do that as well, finding ways to do that online versus in person.
Mm-hmm. Are there ways that you can collaborate with other influencers or people that are in your industry so you could build something together?
Of course, there's always ways for anything, right? Yes. Yes, I think that that's a possibility.
That way, maybe you could give more value and cut down the cost for whoever you're selling to.
What, Brenda? Okay. What percentage of your business before COVID was online versus now?
Oh, I would say all the time not online, where before, I mean, I was marketing online, but 90% in person versus now doing everything online.
Kathy, do you want to go next?
I'm just curious because I read faces. What is your passion? What's your passion?
Helping others, helping people really reconnect with their spirit, their who they are, their core.
You don't look very passionate.
I might be a little bit nervous.
You're nervous right now. I can see that. But I love the fact that you want to serve and all that. But as far as you seem more concerned about your business than you do about the gift that you have to offer. And I don't know if it's because you're nervous right now or what, because does that make sense? I think you're just so concerned about the business that I would rather see the passion in you to want to do this business. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe I'll sign it.
What kind of fulfillment do you get, Brenda, out of helping people?
So when someone finishes their course with me or works with me for a few weeks, and they tell me that they can live in peace and in the presence, that just makes me feel humble, full of gratitude and appreciation. Like if I let myself really go there, it can bring tears to my eyes.
Okay. Awesome.
What's your backstory?
My backstory?
Yeah.
So years ago, I struggled with an eating disorder. I struggled with processing being sexually molested and raped twice. I struggled with not knowing what to say to my children, whether it was hello or hello, hi. And that's when I reached my lowest point in life.
Did you read her lips, Kathy?
I'm having a difficult time because her voice is minusing her
The
lips.
voice is delayed. So Brenda experienced extreme trauma. She went through being molested and raped. She didn't know how to handle that for herself or how to speak to her children.
Yeah.
Overcome really big hurdles in her life. Do you know where that back feed's coming from, Lisa?
It's Raymond's. Somebody has to mute Raymond.
I don't see him, but I can hear. Well, hold on, let me mute him.
Okay, Yardley will get on it.
Okay, I got him muted.
Thank you.
So it sounds like she's looking to serve others from her own personal experiences, and she gets fulfillment out of helping people overcome those challenges. Does that?
That makes sense. Now the question for me is, have you forgiven? Have you forgiven your past? You have? Okay. Look at now she's doing the head movement. No talking to deaf, Rod.
She's muted, Kathy.
Get a nod to that lady.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome. I've got a question from the audience, Brenda. It says, what kind of Reiki do you offer?
You're not heard. We don't hear you, hon. It muted. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I do transformative Neuro Reiki, which is a combination of neuroscience and energy healing.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go into providing counsel now. So we've got 7 minutes to offer counsel. And Amberly, I'm going to let you finish because you were like on a roll. And I hate to interrupt people, but that's like my job to be the timekeeper and the bossy one. So don't hate me because I love you.
Oh, no, thank you. I appreciate you keeping me on track.
Yeah. Okay, go.
Okay, Brenda, I think what you've overcome is really going to benefit so many, and I'm sure already is benefiting so many. I think that you could really, if you're comfortable sharing your story openly, and I'm not sure that's what you do already, but I think you would be able, if you shared what your story and what your past is and what you've overcome, and you share your triumphs with your passion and your skill set, and you put those things together, you're going to be able to really show your clients why they should choose you and the value that you offer, because you're not someone who just decided, oh, I think I'm going to do Reiki. You have lived through a lot of trauma, and you know how to transform that trauma into joy and passion and a beautiful life. So if you can start sharing your story through blogs, through your Instagram, and even, I don't know if you've been on podcasts, but contact me. I have a podcast, and my podcast is all about people who have turned tragedy into triumph. So different ways that you can get your message out there and show people that you're passionate about helping them, then they're going to trust you, and they're going to connect with you, because they're going to know, oh, wow, she went through that. She knows how to forgive. I want what she has. So whatever she's offering, I'm going to take that class. I'm going to buy that course, whatever that is. And also, I use Kajabi. I am very technically challenged, and I use Kajabi to help set up courses. And it's a way that you could set up a course, whether it's a 12-week course or Mastermind, or you can set up a small 1-month course, or you could do a monthly membership where if someone can't afford your big course, they could at least get in and get a little taste of what you're doing, and then hopefully buy your bigger course later. But I really think that your story is powerful, and as much as you can get, have people write blogs about you, get on other people's podcasts, and get your story out there. That way you can make connections with your audience.
Thank you.
I think that's great. Amberly, Kathy, you want to go next?
Brenda, I don't want you to worry about what the other people are doing. I want you to stay focused on what you want to present. I want you to see that you just give what you have in your heart to others, and not worry that other people are giving away free, whatever have you. Because if you have build your brand, Amberly, you and I are so different because you're so eloquent and so gentle with your words. Me, I'm like, snap out of it. But so I admire you, sweetheart. I admire you. So, Brenda, I'm excited for your new journey. I think you, like she said, you have to share what you went through, because it gives you credibility. It gives you credibility to be able to do what you do and say, and they know it's coming from a passionate heart.
Yeah. I also will say, Brenda, changing some of the marketing and branding that you're doing, and just so the ladies and everybody knows, Brenda actually has a very profitable 6-figure business that she does part-time, and she's amazing. And the COVID just affected the in-person to online, and having to reposition, and it was a bit of a switch when we saw everybody giving things away. I think part of sharing the story, I'm totally on board. I think that's a huge piece of making yourself more vocal with it. And I also think that there's other channels that maybe you haven't looked at yet that will open up to more possibilities, that, you know, staying in the realms of where you were with the yoga and the gyms and stuff like that, going into maybe even schools and things where we can get the parents, where your ideal client is, that is in the position you are in and may need you there, and that you haven't touched yet.
So I want to give you some 2 cents, Brenda. I think reaching out to some maybe therapists or mediators or attorneys who are working with couples that are going through divorces or mediation with kids being separated from parents. I'm watching other professionals go through traumas, and when they can't co-parent, it's because there's something really traumatic that's happening that they can't communicate. And maybe you could be that resource that helps people heal that problem so that they can function not just in their business, but in their personal relationships. So getting those power partners to actually introduce you to clients that need your services. I think having a Facebook group where you could maybe get a willing participant that maybe can't afford your services, where you could actually heal them in front of a group of people, is proof that you're worth what you're asking for, right? Maybe you don't give free services all the time, but you give just a little few breadcrumbs for people to see, wow, she just did this transformational thing for this person. And because you're being vulnerable about who you are, you're giving people permission to heal them and to be vulnerable with you, because it's like, I show you my cards, now it's safe for you to show me your cards, right? In a private Facebook group, people being vulnerable is kind of a touchy subject, but I've seen energy healers do live readings and people are talking about their traumas. They're saying, I was raped, I was beaten, I was stabbed, I was this, and people are going, oh my gosh, I'm sending prayers to you, I'm lifting you up, like you're so strong. And when you're asking people to be vulnerable, you're going to get movement from that group to like propel into the next thing. So just give a little tiny bit for free, but you maintain that permission to ask what you're worth, because you're worth every penny, yes. Right? If you do what you say you can do, you're worth every dollar. Joseph McClendon's popping in. By the way, he put in the chat, Kathy is my favorite person of all time. So I'm supposed to relay that message, but I'm sure he'll tell you in person. We only have about 30 seconds left to give feedback. Joseph, do you want to crash this party and give Brenda any feedback?
I haven't been on long enough to listen to give any feedback.
Okay. I'll mute you for 30 more seconds, and then we'll bring you back on.
I don't think Kathy heard you.
Kathy! Joseph McClendon says that you are his favorite person of all time.
That's
on
funny.
The planet.
He's mine. Wow. I love you, Joey. Stop.
One more thing for Brenda I want to share. Brenda, because you're talking about stories, it just came to me that something that may be cool. I think every one of us, as we know, stories sell, facts tell. And if you were to put together a summit of other people who had adversity and went through things in different areas and brought them together, and then all the people they know would want to learn and hear from their stories, that would build your list as well of followers to get to know who you are and how you can serve them at another level. And that might be a great direction for you to go.
Yes. All right, guys, we've completed our session with Brenda.
Thank you.
All
Brenda.
All the best.
She's awesome. I love her.
Thank you.
I love her too. I'm with you. So I want to thank everybody, and also Joseph. I'm gonna say bye to everybody, and remember, start hashtagging.
Thank you, Everly. Thank you.
Love you guys. Thank you. I gotta go to GYLS now.
Go ahead. Have fun.
Love you too, Kathy.
Okay.